Hello, this is Roger Shouse, and this is Jumpstart Rewind. This is part of our Heaven Bound podcast family. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 12. We are not bold to class or compare ourselves with some of those who commend themselves. But when they measure themselves by themselves and compare themselves with themselves, they are without understanding. I'm on the internet a lot. Multiple times a day, I'm reading, researching, chasing ideas, looking things up. I guess because of my age and a few items that I've looked at, tons of financial articles appear. And most of them are about comparisons, such as how much the average retiree should have in their savings account. Read one headline. 3 signs that you're not saving enough was another one. Then the average retiree spends $4,300 on monthly expenses. And another one, what should your net worth be by the age of 60? Reading those news items will either make a person feel that they're sitting pretty good financially or it'll just ruin your day. But running through these articles are a common thought. Average. What is the average savings by 60? How much does the average retiree have in investments? What is the average return on investments? What are the average spending habits of retirees? Average, average, and average. And all that average is a comparison. Average in mathematics is the middle number. Some numbers are higher, some numbers are lower. Combined, an average is determined. In sports, averages run the game. Before a basketball player shoots his free throws, the play-by-play announcers are telling you his average percentage of making those shots. Baseball is filled with all kinds of averages. Even when you take your child to the doctor and they weigh him and see how tall he is, that's compared to an average number. Your child is above average in height, and dad is thinking he's a basketball player. Your child is below average in weight, and moms get concerned. Averages are connected to comparisons. High averages impress. Low averages discourage. And in our verse today, Paul tells the Corinthian brethren that we do not compare ourselves with others. We don't do that. We don't do that as apostles did. Early on, many of them had to learn that lesson. More than once, they were talking about which one of them was the greatest. One reaches that conclusion by comparing. Jesus wouldn't have any of that. The humble Jesus wanted the apostles to be humble. We don't read much about Bartholomew. We could assume that he was not as important as Peter and John, but that is an assumption that's just that, an assumption. God called him, God wanted him. Don't think that he was less than others. God doesn't say that. Those that compare, our verse tells us, lack understanding. Those that compare are the ones that commend themselves. Those that compare are ready to head over a cliff because of their arrogance and self-righteousness. Some reminders for us. First, don't try to define what an average Christian is like. Don't go there. And even if you could define such a thing, why would you? The average Christian gives this much, one might say. So what? Do I want to be average? Am I happy with being typical? Once I determine what others are doing, will I slow down and just stay with them? We all come from different backgrounds, have different experiences and different opportunities. Like snow falling from the sky, no two of us are exactly the same. Yes, we have the same needs. Yes, we are all sinners, but how we came to Jesus, what help we've had, what growth we've achieved is different for each one of us. I'm not a fan of shepherds calling other congregations to find out what area preachers are making to use that as a measuring rod to determine how much to pay their preacher. Once again, average in comparison. How much experience are we talking about? What all is being done? How much do we want the preacher to stay? Those are things that ought to run through that discussion table. Second, we should not compare congregations. Again, there's no such thing as a normal church. The study of Revelation 2 and 3 reminds us that God never compared the churches to each other. In the parable of the talents, God never compared the men with each other. Different talents, different opportunities make each church unique. Some are large, some are small. Some have tons of talent, some have very little talent. Some have all sorts of money and resources. Some are barely paying the bills each month. Some are doing well, some are struggling. Just don't compare. Third, your measuring rod is yourself and the New Testament. You know what you can do. You know if you're really trying or not. Are you growing? Well, I'm doing better than others. Don't do that. Don't compare. Are you growing? And that's a yes or that's a no answer. Are you involved in the kingdom work? Well, I teach more than others do. Stop comparing. Are you involved in the kingdom work? The answer is yes, or the answer is no. Are you giving as you have prospered? Well, I know I give more than some others. Again, you're comparing. Are you giving as you have prospered? That's a yes, or that's a no. Simply put, are you doing the best that you can do? Are you bringing your best to God? Average, normal, typical, what others are doing. That may work well in sports and finances. It's terrible in the kingdom of God. We know better. We have better understanding. Let us look at the Bible and be guided by that. Thank you so much for listening.